Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon version 2 tutorial series. Today I have no links for you in the description for the first time in this series' history. Anyway, what we're going to be doing is opening up Professor Oak, and we need to go to our Pokemon Blueprints core and open up our Pokeplayer controller and make another Boolean variable here. We'll call this has spoken to Oak. Okay, so then we're going to go to Professor Oak and we're going to drag off of this player base and we're going to do a sequence. Okay, and we'll actually just plug this into then 1, disconnect the then 0 pin, and we'll drag off and we'll say cast to Pokeplayer controller. The object, we will get the player controller, and then we're just gonna set has spoken to Oak, or rather we're gonna drag this off a little bit. We're gonna set off of the then 1 pin, we're gonna say do once, and we'll never reset it because this is going to happen once in the game's history. And we'll drag off and say set has spoken to Oak to true. Okay, compile, and then we need to go to our blueprints, actors, pokeballs, starter ball, and open up the start ball. And after we do this check, we're going to need to do another check. So we can just drag that forward a bit, give it some space, and we've already got the Pokeplayer controller. Alright. My PC's just frozen, give it a second. 1 second, any day now. Okay, so we're gonna duplicate this branch, plug in the execution pin to the false, and only if we have spoken to Oak, then we'll be able to pick up our ball. So we'll get has spoken to Oak, and if it's true, then we'll be able to look at our balls. Wait, we need to do this in a different order. So disconnect all of these pins, bring that branch forward, and so if we have spoken to Oak, then we will check if we have selected our starter or not, and if we haven't selected our starter, we will open up the UI to select the starter. Okay, so now we can test this out. We can go over here. We can't see any of the balls, so we can't select them, so we need to go speak to Oak. Okay, goodbye. Okay, goodbye. Leave me alone, Oak. And then we should be, yeah, we can see them. Okay. Another thing I want to do is go to your Pokemon widgets folder, WB starter ball, and this button, we're going to actually change its style. We're going to go to normal, and we're going to put its opacity to full. We'll get rid of this text now, don't worry about that. We're going to go to textures and go to the select texture, and just bring that in. Background color, set that to full, and we need to draw it as an image. That's going to work out a whole lot better. Okay, so go back to the button. We need to get rid of these hovered events. So just get rid of the hovered events, go back to the designer, and then you can delete the OK and compile. Alright, so the select button says select. I don't know why it came out so crappy, I'll have to make another. But when we hover it, we're going to get a tint, and it's going to be like a, let's make it a yellow tint, and when we have the button pressed, it will also be the select texture, drawn as an image, same as on the hovered, also as an image, and there'll be no tint on the pressed. Okay, so let's see what this looks like now. I think we need to change that text to being white as well. Yeah, so that's a little bit better. So we would select them, doop, and then we'll take him. So we'll change the text to being white because I don't like this yellow. So just set all of these to 1. Say okay. Okay, compile and save. Okay, so now once we get our Pokemon, then we want to be able to call it. So here comes the fun stuff, guys. Let's open up our player base, and we're gonna need some functions and all sorts of other stuff in here. We can delete this. It was just to see what if we had Pokemon in our bag or not. It was a little debugging tool. And what we are going to do here is we need a way to call our Pokemon if we have Pokemon. So we're going to make a function. This function is going to be call out Pokemon. Pokemon, not Pokemo. Pokemon. Okay. So what we're going to do here is play a montage. So we're going to get our mesh and we're going to say play montage. Why is it not coming up? Let's go montage. It's because it's okay, wait, sorry guys, we're going to delete that and we're going to make a custom event. And this event's going to be called call Pokemon montage. And what we're going to do is play a montage. Right, and we're going to get our skeletal mesh component and just leave it there, that'll be fine. And what we want to do now is go to Pokemon, animations, play animations, locomotion. I don't know why it was stored in here, but whatever. And we'll go to this throw object, right click, and say, or let's just view it quickly. I think we need to get rid of some stuff in here. So we're going to start him throwing from here. So we're going to remove from 0 to 365. So it's going to start from there, and he's going to throw his ball and stand back. Okay, that's fine. Compile, minimize, or we could have actually just exited that, but we're going to create an montage, and we're going to call this throw pokeball. Okay. Now we can view it, so it's working fine. So the montage we're going to do is throw pokeball, compile. So similarly, what we're going to do here is we'll make a real input for this. So we'll go project settings, and we'll go to input, action mappings, and we'll add a new one. We're going to call this aim. Okay, and this will be the right mouse button. Okay, and then we can just close that. Now inside of our player base again, we can call aim. We should be able to, yeah, aim. Okay, so when we aim, we want to do something. We want to do, what do we want to do? We want to do a line trace by channel. Alright, the starting location is going to be our actor's location, so get actor location and just plug that in. We might need to raise the height a bit, but that should be fine for now. Then we're going to get our camera, and we're going to say get forward vector, and then what we want to do is add another component here, and this is going to be of type static mesh, and this static mesh is going to have no collision, alright. And then, sorry, I got a little bit off track. So off of this forward vector, we're going to times by a float. And that float's going to be, I don't know, let's make it 650. And then we need a plus to our original location. And there we go. Okay, we'll make this camera trace channel, and we'll draw it for 1 frame. And then we're going to do a delay of 0.01 seconds and just loop it around. Okay, so let's just add a reroute so we can see that a little bit better. Okay, stop dragging. There we go. Okay, so now that should spawn us a line trace in the world. I don't know why it's not. It's a bit of a problem. Aim for duration, no self. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Oh wait, we need to add another check in here. Okay, so that is aiming, essentially. And what we're going to do here is, on the out hit, we're going to say, we'll just get the hit result by breaking the hit result. Okay, and we want to get the location right here. I want to drag off get our static mesh. I want to say set actor, set world location, and we'll do that right off of here. So we'll have to move this over a bit. Okay, so we'll set world location of our static mesh to this traces hit location in the world, and we'll sweep it. Alright, and then we'll just plug that in and compile, and then we can go to this to set it to, or we'll actually leave it on for duration while we're just testing this quickly. So off of released, we're going to need a variable. We'll add this variable, boolean variable called aiming question mark, and we'll just put it onto the pressed execution pin and set it to true, and on released we'll set it to false. And off of this execution pin right here, we're going to do a branch, and this branch is going to check if we are aiming or not. And if we're not aiming, it's not going to do anything. Alright, so off of this execution pin, we want to plug it in there. And then we've got to loop all the way back to the branch. So it should switch off when we stop aiming. And we can set the static mesh to something like a sphere. Where is it? Oh, that was just the... No, it wasn't. There we go. Okay, we'll just make it a bit smaller because we're going to set this to like a pokeball mesh that's transparent. So it's going to show us where our pokeball is going to land in the world. Okay. So where's our mesh? Where's our mesh? Okay, well at least the trace is working. Alright. Now we go back to our event graph. We're setting the world location. Let's not sweep it or anything. Let's just do that, and we'll do it off the normal rather. Compile, and let's see if this works. Okay, not yet. Let's disconnect this and see if this thing's even visible in our world. Okay, so it's not. Let's see what's going on here. The static mesh is not visible. Just set it to something else, I guess. I don't know why it's not visible. Any material, come on. A cloth material. Be fine. Whatever. Scroll down and see what's happening. It's visible. It's not hidden in game. Might as well, while we add pitch control. So inherit pitch. Do we have pitch control? We already have pitch control. Why is it not working? Why is the pitch control not working? But that thing is not setting in the world. Okay, well, we're not gonna. We don't need to worry about it. Let's go back to our player base. And why is this not setting in our world? So set world location. Let's do a teleport. It is movable. No parent sockets. I mean, it should freaking be there. Let's make it bigger. Or maybe we do a visibility trace. Nope. Oh, I'm so sorry about this, guys. We can switch this off. We know it's working. Let's do. There's the actual impact point pile. And we're teleporting it. Let's make it bigger. Maybe we just can't see it. Maybe the material is not visible to us. I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest. Okay, there it is. And it is being set to the location. So that's great. We just need to get our pitch working. I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Okay, so our pitch is working now. So we can aim all over with our little thing. We'll get a pokeball mesh for that. We'll actually just make a static mesh quickly. So let's go Pokemon, meshes, pokeballs, and let's go select our pokeball here. And say, or let's go into it. And you can just make a static mesh. And we'll call this Pokeball static. Compile. And we'll go to our. We'll find this material, right? And we want to duplicate it, and we'll call this transparent Pokeball mat. Then we'll open that up, and here where it says opaque, we'll click on this, and where it says opaque, we'll change that to translucent. And the opacity, we're just gonna hold down one and left click, plug that into the opacity, and we'll set this to 0.6. I think that'll do. Compile. And now we need to find that static mesh. Or we can actually do it all inside the player base now, that'll be fun. Sorry. Okay. So go to the static mesh. The cloth material we're going to change to transparent Pokeball material, and the sphere we're going to change to Pokeball static. Alright, and then we'll just make it bigger to something like that, and this should look way better. There it is. Okay, so where does it go to now? Let me make it a bit bigger because it's not showing up in our world and I don't know why. So let's try sweeping it. We've got event graph. Instead of teleporting now, we're going to sweep. I think we need to change the to that. Alright. And we're just having problems with this, aren't we? Why was it working and now it's not? I mean, let's take all of that off. Let's just untick that and see if this works. Oh my gosh. Okay. How long has this gone on? Too long. 21 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna have to wrap it up here, guys. We will get this working in the next video and playing our montage and spawning our Pokemon, I promise. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.